What is up, guys? Speed here, and today we are doing a carry tier list video where we're going to be going from broken tier, obviously the best tier, I mean, clearly. Especially if you have a gameleap sub, then it's even more broken. And then from A to B to C to the dog shit tier. And yeah, let's get right into it. I have every single carry hero that I think is viable in this current meta, listed out from top to bottom. It's going to help you guys pick the right heroes in this current meta, and let's get right into it. Also, if you could smash the like button to help us out, and make sure you let me know, hey, we want more tier list video speed, that would help out a ton. So smash that like button, absolutely obliterate it to 3,000 likes, and let's get into it. And signing up to the gameleap.com website, where I'm posting videos every single day, literally every single day, trying to tell you guys how to get good at Dota. Like, you know, I played a game, I've played it for a while, I reached 7.5 KMMR, and I'm here to tell you exactly how you can get to that rank as well. Well, over there, in the link down below. Alright, so let's start off with the broken tier. First off, we have Sven, a hero that has gone up by 2.5% win rate approximately, and the reason why this hero is good is because he farms really fast in a farming meta. And you're gonna see that that is the major theme of this video. If the hero can farm fast and lane well, it basically means you'll be able to scale, defend towers, and snowball. And that should be your theory. Well, if you're a safe laner or a core player in general, even if you're an offlaner, and by the way, there will be an offlane and support tier list in the future, comment down below which one you think I should do first. You guys could let me know. I'll try my best to read the comments, even though English is not my first language. I'll do my best. And then, yeah, so Sven right now, I think if you go that Midas route that I've been talking about, hey, I have a video on it, so if you haven't seen that, go check it out. But if you go the Midas route, you go Giga Farm, stay in the jungle, spam your God Strength to get farmed, you absolutely pop off. You also get 10 movement speed. And if you guys know anything about Dota, movement speed changes for carries are way too good because then it prevents you from getting kited, taking a lot of damage at the laning stage and such, which is good for Sven. Second, we have Naga. This hero only has like a 52% win rate, which isn't too high. I think the hero, it might get buffed again, maybe? And then it's definitely going to be hard broken. But right now, I think it's in a good spot. Works with the meta, has a good laning stage, a high armor hero with relatively high HP. It can jungle once it hits level 4, just buy a bunch of Wraith bands, Gloves of Haste to build into your treads, and you will snowball through the jungle harder than ever. All you have to do is go watch one of my Naga courses. Next up is Spectre, and I'm sure you guys are not surprised to see Spectre on the broken list. Spectre's broken. Why is Spectre broken? It's because Spectre, it kind of just never dies. They tried to nerf it or like balance it out by making its laning worse with HP regen, but it really didn't matter because then they buffed like the Desolate, they buffed Haunt, and Ice Frog kind of just messed up. So like, that happens. It's kind of like what he did with Bloodseeker, which it just messed up. So yeah, Spectre's way too good. Wraith King, frankly, Wraith King got nerfed. We all know this. The hero is down like 2.5% win rate, but the thing is, it doesn't matter, because he's still out farmed. So if you're from 0 to 3 KMMR, this hero is 100% broken. If you don't believe me, well, that's the reason why you're stuck in that bracket. Roasted. Got him. And finally, we have Arc Warden. Yes, I'm not kidding. Sure, you could say this hero is a mid laner. However, I think Arc Warden is quite good in the safe lane right now. As long as you can keep the wave back and you ask your support to pull a ton, what you want to do is you pair Arc Warden with some hero like Treant or an Undying, something of the sort, and it does super well. I don't know why. I'm still trying to figure it out. Guys, I'm going to be doing research and probably an Arc Warden video soon. Why the hero is up 5% win rate. I really think it just has to do with the meta coming together. I think the Midas being buffed favors him. Like, it's one of the only heroes that can really buy Midas confidently. And so, yeah, like towers even being stronger. You put like that bubble thing on the tower, and I swear, if you fight Arc Warden under tower, and he puts a bubble on it, and you multi-shot that thing, the tower's getting a rampage. I'm not kidding. It's a free rampage. Glyph put that bubble thing on it, and it's a free rampage. If you guys can show me a fight where that isn't true, I'd honestly be shocked. Now let's get into the jungling tier of heroes that are probably really good, but not yet broken, right? They're not gameleap certified broken. You guys know like PSA, you know what PSA is, where they grade cards? This is like, broken's a PSA 10. That's what it is. Jungling's a PSA 9. I don't know why I'm saying this, but let's get into the first one. Which is Anti-Mage, right? Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage got nerfed a little bit, hero slightly worse. However, once again, the meta favors him, the new Battle Fury build-up favors him very, very much. You can get each little component for damage. Having the Perseverance is, you know, it also got buffed not too long ago, so that went in his favor as well. And so overall, the tempo works out well for him, Battle Fury works out well. He got nerfed, but he's still a 52% win rate hero. That is good right now, as long as you pick him in the good matchups. Next up is Necrophos, and I wanted to put Necro in here even though I think he is better as a mid laner, and I'll be clear about that. The hero is better as a mid laner as it does require a lot of levels. I think he's very similar to Arc Warden in the safe lane, where if you pair him with some sort of a Treant, Ogre, some hero that can frontline for him, secure him early levels, you're in, right? Pick Necro with a lane dominator, like I said, and you will snowball so hard. Max your Q, take a point in Ghost Shroud at level 4, I swear on your life. Right? I swear on your firstborn child, if you do not take Ghost Shroud at level 4 and you do not have a stick, I will rip your brains out. You have to. It's so important to take Ghost Shroud and buy a stick on this hero. If you do, your hero is 2 times as good in lane. It is not underestimation. The amount of times Necros die because of this, it makes me so sad. But yeah, the hero has like a 53% win rate, especially in low MMR games. The hero does quite well because it's hard to kill, and that always makes him good in low MMR games. Don't believe me? Go look at some win rates. Juggernaut! Juggernaut got buffed in Omni Slash. Now when you Omni Slash, you get 40% attack speed, and the Battle Fury build works really well with that. Also, you can go with Deso route as well, the Mask of Madness Deso route, and when you Omni Slash people, they instantly die. Next up is Faceless Void. I think the Battle Fury build is pretty good on Void. You can go that Axe meme as well, but overall I think the hero just scales well. The games are going late, and therefore Faceless Void is doing pretty well. And the same thing applies for Troll Warlord. You know, his laning stage, very, very reliable. Battle Fury works well with him, and therefore I think the hero's in a good spot. And finally is well, at least on this list, for jungling, is Terrorblade. The hero doesn't have that high of a win rate, but I think that's because people are really, really bad at Terrorblade. But I've been coaching a bunch of people on Terrorblade, and all of them, after like they kind of get the pattern that I show them, which is do well in lane, use your meta consistently, spawn illusions off cooldown, but when I drive this into your head, when you get these things down and you like jungle and you hit your timings, like you're gonna pop off. It's just whether or not, if you don't do these things and you don't maximize the hero's efficiency, you're gonna feed, because he just has so little health, which is why this hero feeds. You know, however, if you pick Void, you just time walk, it's like, anyone can stay alive on Void, but it's hard to stay alive on TB, so that's the reason why this hero is a low win rate. But I think if you play him properly, he's arguably maybe even in the broken tier right now. The meta change is so potent. Hot take. Next up, we have the 50%ers, and literally Lone Druid and Drow are basically 50% win rate exactly. And so is kind of almost any hero on this list. It goes a little bit lower the lower we go, but we have Lone Druid, rest in peace. He was a 55% win rate for a while, but they had to nerf up the hero quite a dang bit. And so, yeah, now you can't roar when you're stunned, which is good. It was so dumb. Like, why was that a thing? Why could you get stunned and live? It was like, you guys remember the patch? And I'm sure you guys do, because this was, it was terrible. You remember the patch when Morphling could morph when he was stunned? What was that? Why was that a thing? Like, the only way you could kill Morphling is if you picked, like, Skywrath Mage and silenced him. It was so dumb. Just, thank God that's not a thing anymore. But that's what Lone Druid was. Next up is Drow. I mean, like, most of these heroes, I'm about to just say that, like, they don't scale that well, which Drow, it's like, you know, she's alright. You know, she's alright. It's like, you know, it's like McDonald's. It's not Chick-fil-A, but it's alright. Next up is Slark. Honestly, I thought Slark would be better this patch, because I think this hero scales pretty well. Now, it's not a flash farmer by any means, but I just thought like the new drums and the new Silver Edge would go in this hero's favor. You can play pretty high tempo with Slark currently, and shut down some of the heroes like Sven and Spectre and Wraith King early game. Like, you can, if you're good at Slark and you win your lane, and then you go run at the enemy safe laner, I think you're gonna do like super well. You're gonna build your team such a lead, but maybe people just aren't doing that. I personally feel like if you know what you're doing on Slark and you understand matchups and you identify who you can threaten and who you can't, you're gonna pop off, but that's probably the reason why he's not popping off, because that's honestly like the hardest skill in Dota, which is knowing matchups, like the ins and outs and what timings you should be pressuring certain heroes and such. It's very difficult. And then we have Weaver. The hero just kind of got nerfed a couple times. They've been trying to make it more of a safe laner, so honestly, I think Weaver as a safe laner is a bit better than it was before. It actually got buffed in that regard, where it scales a bit better. But it just, once again, I don't think this meta favors it. I think the previous metas favored it when Weaver was just getting spam picked by pro teams. Like, he was literally getting picked as a position 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Like, it was so dumb, but yeah, the hero's kind of fallen off a bit. Next up is Razor. Hey, I actually think with one more buff, Razor's in. The hero just went up. You know, it went down 4% win rate after the original patch, 7.27B. It went down. Then after C, it went back up. Actually, quite a lot. Like, a lot. The hero now is up 1% win rate, which is a big deal considering it was down 4%, right? That means the recent changes made it go up by like 5%. So clearly it was a huge freaking buff to what it was. The thing is, the hero still, I think, is in a weird spot where people fight too much. I can't stress this enough. I just feel like people are treating Razor as this hero that has to run around and get a million kills because it sucks the enemy off, and then you try to do a bunch of damage, which is actually very dangerous now that I think about it. But you guys get the point. Next up is Monkey King. I actually kind of like Monkey. I mean, the hero's up in win rate, actually, so the armor changes that they did, I think, make the hero a bit better. It's just weird. You can't buy Echo now. You can, but you can't because it doesn't work with the ulti. Monkey's in such a weird spot. I'm probably going to make a video on it on the website at some point when I fully understand what you're supposed to do on this hero. I think you're supposed to go the Deso route, go some Deso, BKB, Scotty type of route. That sounds pretty good. So we'll try that. Next up is PA. I think Battle Fury PA is not bad. The hero is also up in win rate. I think this meta sort of favors her, but it is really hard to lane still. PA still has that issue where in high MMR games, she kind of struggles in the lane. Now, the lower and lower you get, the higher PA, her win rate goes up. Just look at the trends, right? That's a fact. And so yeah, if you feel like you're in the lower brackets, as you're at a 3K, 4K, around there, not that 4K is necessarily low. I'm not going to keep rambling on this. But you guys know what I mean. I don't think PA is in that bad of a spot. I don't want to call her dog. And same thing with Gyro. I also think they're trying to buff this hero. And a lot of these 50%ers, I think, are the heroes that are on deck. Do I think Blown Druid is on deck? No. Because the hero was too good for a while, and I think they're going to keep him out of the meta for a bit now. However, PA and Gyro, and PL and Monkey, I think they're in a position where with one more buff in the upcoming patch, which might not be for another 8 months, who knows. But if that is the case where these heroes get buffed, which is, PA, Gyro, and PL, which are my next set of heroes, I think they'll be in a good spot. And finally is Morphling. And Morphling, I think he's actually really good in the mid lane. If you want a pub stomping, this is a Smurf hero, is what I'm saying. If you want a hero that's going to pub stomp and you master it, you want to pick one hero you're going to play 100 games in a row of, Morphling is a really freaking good candidate. Watch a video on how to flash farm, how to lane as this hero. When you get that down, no one knows how to deal with you. If you are below 4K MMR, no one has any clue how to deal with Morphling. The reason why Morphling has a low win rate is because this hero is arguably the top 3 hardest heroes in the game. I think Morphling is harder than Meepo. I'm not kidding. The other heroes that are up there are Arc Warden and maybe Invoker. I honestly think Morphling might be harder than Invoker. Hot take. I know, that's a hot take. You guys can hate me for that, but I think Morphling is so hard. Yeah, but so if you're good at him, though, you stomp. And finally, we have the dog shit tier. You might be saying, Speed, why are you saying it like that? Well, this is kind of how I make my living, so I'm trying to keep the, monetization going and don't want to get banned, but let's get into it. So Luna, the hero got nerfed for some reason where they changed it, where she doesn't get armor anymore. I don't know why. I felt like that was a big reason why the hero was good, but not too good. I don't know. I felt like Luna wasn't that broken, especially in lower pubs. Maybe I'm crazy. You guys could tell me I'm crazy. I mean, you already do in the comments, so that's fine, but hero's just it's one rate's just down now, and honestly, I could put her at a 50%er. I don't think the hero's that bad, but it is down 2.5% win rate, which makes me feel like it's on the verge of doggy tier. And that's the same thing of Ursa, which is the next hero. Do I think Ursa is abysmal? Is this the worst hero in the game? No, it's not the worst hero in the game. I still think the Battle Fury build is good, but holy, the nerfs to Ursa were so mean. Holy, the nerfs to the Q were brutal. 2 seconds at every level. Come on, man. 2 seconds. And people are saying oh, 2 seconds speed. Oh, why does that matter? Because it was a 6-second cooldown. So when you go from 6 to 8, that's a large change. Now, if you go from 140-second cooldown to 142-second cooldown, who cares, right? But when it's 6 to 8 or something 2 to 4, that's when it's ooh, that's really bad. And for Ursa, that's his mobility spell. Basically, how I read this is Ursa just lost 20 movement speed. That's how I see that change. It's almost worse because it helps you farm too, right? And slow people. It was really brutal. It was brutal. And yeah, I mean, rightfully so. The hero was a bit wee, it was a bit wee. It was maybe too good. Next up, we have CK and Lifestealer. I'm just putting them together because these heroes just can't farm that fast. Maybe Lifestealer is alright if you go Maelstrom. Maybe people just don't know how to play Lifestealer. I almost feel like that's the same thing with CK too. Maybe people just don't know how to play these heroes. And just to be clear, can you play these heroes and win? Of course. They have 49% win rates. They're just not as reliable as the other heroes, and generally they're not easy to execute. So if you want to play a hero like Lifestealer and Chaos Knight, it's not as simple as buy a Battle Fury, go hit creeps, or you know, go slump farm and that type of thing, right? It's not that simple, right? It's not that simple. For these heroes, you kind of got to know the build, you got to know the playstyle, you got to know how to rotate properly. You can do crazy stuff like infest bombs and like gank, like CK literally as a safe laner, it can gank at like 5 minutes in. I've legitimately seen pros gank mid 7 minutes in a CK, which you can do as other safe laners as well, but, you know, CK is particularly good at killing, because he has a pull and a stun, and that's why this hero is even played as a support from time to time, which puts CK in a weird spot. I think if a build comes out that makes this hero good, it could become scary. Personally, I think Midas is the road to go on Chaos Knight. The reason why I say that is he scales much better now, whereas this low cooldown ulti, and you get 3 illusions at level 18 now. So if you can get to level 18 early, I think you're in. So if you can play CK more of like that greedy hero where you pick it with like, let's say you pick CK with some sort of lane stomper. Maybe it's CK Undying, that sounds pretty dirty, or CK Dazzle. And you just try to dominate the lane, CK Lina, right? You dominate the lane, and then instead of playing like that roaming, fighting sort of CK that we're used to seeing, go like a Midas with stats like Midas, Wand, Treads, farm it up. And for Lifestealer, I think you also want to go like the no boots Maelstrom build that's been popular, maybe like Armlet Maelstrom, and then go back for the phase boots. These heroes are in such a weird spot, which is why I don't even want to talk about them. If I do a video on it, you guys will see. Maybe I'll be like, here's how to play the worst heroes in Dota. And we'll have to see. Then we have Bloodseeker and Lycan. Now, Lycan in high armor games is still really good. Why? Because people know when to push, which is, funny enough, actually one of the hardest things to know in Dota. People think it's easy. It's like, oh, we want to fight, just go push. No! That's not true. That's what you feed. But yeah, Lycan just 43% win rate right now. It's just brutal. Bloodseeker, same thing. By the way, I think Bloodseeker is close to being good. I think next patch he's going to get buffed again, and then the hero is going to become scary. Hot take, maybe, but I really believe in Bloodseeker. I believe in my boy. I think the hero is on pace to become destructive, like dirty, like first pick, first ban. That is my prediction for the future. Like, let's save this. Maybe I'll post it on Twitter in like a couple months. Next patch, the hero's going to be like a 54% win rate hero. I'm going to be like, heh. I told you all. And that'll be the end for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and remember, comment down below. Everyone who's watching the video, let's do something random. I love pranking the comments. Let's try to make it the most like comment. It's gonna be hard because I feel like most people don't watch to the end. If you do, you're the real one though. Like, you are the real one. You're the real one. And let's comment. What's something funny? Oh, let's relate it to Bloodseeker. Let's do, I can't believe I have an 80% win rate on Bloodseeker this patch. Speed, please make a video on it. Something of those lines. Something along those lines. Like, I don't know. It doesn't even have to be exactly that. Let's just all hype up Bloodseeker and make people, like, insecure about why they're not picking Bloodseeker. Alright, that's gonna be it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Hey guys, do you also want more content from me and other gameleap creators that are gonna help you get to the next rank easily? Well, 50% off right now is the deal we can offer. Alright, 50% off. As long as you click the link down below, you're gonna get that part of our summer sale. Right, just go over there. You're gonna see the 50% off. Sign up. It's an incredible deal. I've been putting in more work than ever on this website. I think the content is going to help you guys get to the next level faster than ever. And yeah, I hope to see you there. If you're unsure about it, hey, message me on Discord, say, Speed, why should I sign up for the gameleap website? I swear I know a lot of you guys just troll me about this, but nah, ask me, I'll talk to you. Go sign up for the website. It's a blast, and we're going to have a good time this summer.